Lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, who will not visit those that are cut off, neither will seek those that are scattered, nor heal that which is broken, nor feed that which is sound, but he will eat the flesh of the fat sheep, and will tear their hoofs in pieces. Woe to the worthless shepherd that leaveth the flock! The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm dryingly shall dry, and his right eye dimmingly shall dim. Zechariah chapter 12. The burden of the word of Yahweh concerning Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, who stretcheth forth the skies, and layeth the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of reeling to all the peoples round about, and upon Yehudah also shall it be in the siege against Jerusalem. And it shall become in that day that I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all the peoples. All that burden themselves with it shall be sore wounded, and all the nations of the earth shall be gathered together against it. In that day, saith Yahweh, I will smite every horse with terror, and his rider with madness, and I will open my eyes upon the house of Yehudah, and will smite every horse of the peoples with blindness. And the chieftains of Yehudah shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem are my strength, in Yahweh of hosts their God. In that day will I make the chieftains of Yehudah like a pan of fire among wood, and like a flaming torch among sheaves, and they shall devour all the peoples round about, on the right hand and on the left. And they of Jerusalem shall yet again dwell in their own place, even in Jerusalem. Yahweh also shall save the tents of Yehudah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem be not magnified above Yehudah. In that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them in that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as Yahweh's messenger before them. And it shall become in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplication. And they shall look to me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn over him as one mourneth over the only son, and shall be in bitterness over him as one that is in bitterness over the firstborn. In that day shall there be a great mourning in Jerusalem, as the mourning of Hadad-Rimmon in the valley of Megiddon. And the land shall mourn, every family apart, the family of the house of David apart, and their women apart, the family of the house of Nathan apart, and their women apart, the family of the house of Levi apart, and their women apart, the family of the Shimei apart, and their women apart, all the families that remain, every family apart, and their women apart. In that day there shall be a fountain opened to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanness. And it shall become in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered.